Hey everyone, it's Jill Celeste, and I promised to come on live here at noon Eastern. Sirens are out, and I'm glad to be here. Behind me, directly behind me, is my cat. So if you see a kitten come up the back, that's which one is it even? I don't even know. It's Janie. So hi Denise. If you're catching this live or on the replay, please feel free to leave a comment. And I'm going to go ahead and get right started on this because I want to be respectful of your time and mine as well. So yesterday on my personal Facebook timeline, I opened a wee big can of worms. I wrote a post, yes, out of frustration. And it was a plea for entrepreneurs to stop promoting their businesses all the time on their personal timelines. And I really had yesterday I had enough of it. I had just in a short period of time had seen, I think it was 4 or 5 different companies, promoters for companies like multi-level marketing, promote their products. I saw 2 coaches promoting their coaching programs and products on personal timelines. I had also received a direct message from somebody that I have not spoken with in, I don't know, 10 years maybe, asking me to watch a video about her product, and it didn't even remove the quotation marks or went from the script. Like you could tell it was a script, and they're probably like, here, this is the thing you want to say, and it had the quotation marks around it. She didn't even delete them. Anyway, and as I was like, I'm done. And so I posted this, probably a little snarky Facebook post, and I'm just going to read it to you. I might have to look at my other monitor so you can see, so you can hear what I said. Many of you may have already heard it. So here's what I wrote. Here's what's making me cranky. Entrepreneurs using their personal Facebook timelines to market their businesses all the freaking time. Permission-based marketing is a thing. I didn't become your Facebook friend to hear about your business all the time. I became your Facebook friend to get to know you better. Yes, I get that our businesses take up a lot of our time in our lives, but something has to give. Just today on personal profiles, I've seen everything from Plexus, Monat, I think that's how you pronounce it, Beachbody, and Rodan and Fields. Non-MLM entrepreneurs, you're guilty of it too. I just saw 2 coaches post on their personal profiles about their coaching programs and courses as saying, buy from me. Jane's in my way. And today is not the only day. Just this past week, I've seen debates about whether or not to have a business call to action on a personal cover photo. And I've seen Facebook Lives that should reside on Facebook pages because it was all about the person's business. You know, the occasional post is cool, but if you're using your Facebook personal timeline to market your business all the time, you are doing marketing wrong. I say this as a marketing expert and marketing teacher and your friend. Please stop this nonsense. I want you to succeed. I want you to be abundant, and I want you to get clients. But I want you to respect the boundaries that I and Facebook have set for this. Personal profiles are for personal stuff. Business pages are for business stuff. And that was the end of my quote. So, well, that opened up a bit of a can of worms. A lot of people agreed, entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs. And some people, what I loved about it, at least the discussion on my post, was very respectful and very love-filled. And I appreciate everyone who chimed in. Because it was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was uplifting to know that we can have conversations on social media where everybody is nice to each other, because we don't often see that, right? So one of the comments, though, that I got from a wonderful person named Michelle, she said to me, what she said, I'm not going to read it verbatim, but how it landed in my head was, Jill, this is a teaching moment. You have a lot of marketing expertise that other people don't have. Can you teach this? And I went, you know what, that would be the right solution. So while I don't regret posting what I posted, and I don't regret being angry. I'm a human, I'm allowed to be angry. What I wish I could have done is made it more of a teachable moment. So I'm making up for it by having this Facebook Live. So this is I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I just have some notes. I'm gonna rattle through them about Facebook marketing and personal profile, and we're just gonna go through it. And I appreciate your patience with it. And if it goes on too long, I know that the replay is there for you. So let's first talk about what Facebook says. So Facebook is a platform we are using right now. And when you signed up to become a user of Facebook, you agreed to the terms of services. If you're like me, you probably didn't read it when you signed up for it, and you may have signed up for so long ago, the terms of services have changed. The last update was last year. But that's the rule, right? We sign up for Facebook, we don't pay for the service, we agree to the terms of service. I encourage you to read the terms of service because, quite frankly, I was alarmed when I read it. But here's what Facebook says about using profile for businesses, and I will drop this link as soon as I'm done. It's against the Facebook terms to use your profile to represent something other than yourself, example, your business, and you could permanently lose access to your account if you don't convert it to a page. So what they're saying here is, it is against the terms and conditions to use your profile for something for your business. That's what it says. It's pretty cut and dry. I'm going to copy and paste this so everybody can see it. Now, it doesn't expound upon anything, right? It doesn't say you can't promote your, it's just saying you can't use your profile to represent anything but you yourself personally. So that's the Facebook rule. It is a rule that you're not supposed to use a personal profile for business purposes. Okay. So that's the rule. I didn't make the rule. Some of you, I'm a rule follower, that's the way I'm wired, so that right there, I'm like, okay, no, I won't do it. But some people are rebels, and I get it. And you're like, well, our rules are just suggestions. And I love you rebels because we need you in our lives as well. But that's the official Facebook stance, and I just wanted to share that with you. Now, from a marketing perspective, there are hundreds of marketing philosophies out there. Not one is right over the other. It is how it lands with you. It is how it aligns with you. And you do what you need to do in your integrity and ethics. For me, I believe in authentic marketing, and authentic marketing means that you have permission to market to somebody. Permission-based marketing is the term. This was coined by Seth Godin, who is an amazing marketing brain. And he wrote an article. Well, he wrote a whole book actually about it, but I'm going to reference an article he wrote, and I'm going to, I'll put the link to the article when I'm done reading. And here's what he said. Permission marketing is the privilege, not the right, of delivering anticipated, personal, and relevant messages to people who actually want to get them. It recognizes the new power of the best consumers to ignore marketing. It realizes that treating people with respect is the best way to earn their attention. Pay attention is a key phrase here because permission marketers understand that when someone chooses to pay attention, they are actually paying you with something precious. And there's no way they can get their attention back if they change their mind. The attention time really becomes an important asset, something to be valued, not wasted. He continues on to say, permission doesn't have to be formal, but it has to be obvious. My friend has permission to call me if he needs to borrow $5, but the person you met at a trade show has no such ability to pitch you his entire resume, even though he paid to get in. I'm going to continue reading. In order to get permission, you make a promise. You say, I will do X, Y, and Z, and I hope you will give me permission by listening. It doesn't assume that because you're running for president or coming to the end of a quarter or launching a new product that you have the right to break the deal. You don't. Permission doesn't have to be a one-way broadcast medium. The internet means you can treat people differently, and it demands that you figure out how to let your permission base choose what they hear and in what format. If it sounds like you need humility and patience to do permission marketing, you're right. That's why so few companies do it properly. The best shortcut in this case is no shortcut at all. When you are promoting your business on your personal timeline, you are violating the principles of permission-based marketing. It is the same as you taking someone's email address off a business card or off a raffle form and plopping it into your Constant Contact or Aweber without that person's permission. It is the same thing. It is. Because first of all, you're violating Facebook terms of services, but second, you don't have permission to market to that person because they're your Facebook friend. That doesn't give you permission to do that. That's not the intent, and you know it. That's not the intent of why that exists. And what's going to happen is if you don't follow the rules that Facebook put forth for this, my fear is that you're going to lose everything on your Facebook pages, your Facebook group. It has happened. It's happened to people in my space, people in business coaching, marketing coaching. There's a woman who lost access to her group, her page, and her personal timeline because she was using her personal timeline to market her business. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't. But I also don't want you to piss off people because you haven't sought their permission to market to them. When they like your Facebook page, that's giving you permission to market to them. Becoming your Facebook friend is not permission. So I know some of you may be thinking, well, Jill, I've gotten clients this way. When I shared a post on my personal profile or I posted about coaching program, I got clients. And I would say to you, did you really get clients because you posted on your personal profile, or did you get clients because you have a relationship with that person? I think it's probably more the latter. Our Facebook is just as a speaker. It's an amplifier. Don't give it too much credit. It's the relationship with these people that equal the sales, not the Facebook post. And I know there's the Facebook algorithm rose, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But the way Facebook is that your business goes on the business page. I know it's frustrating when you post something and it's like crickets. People are not getting out there or hearing it. The reach is low. I know it's frustrating. I deal with it too. But it's the way that is what we've agreed to do by becoming a Facebook user. So here's what I want to give you some advice that you can use, of course, instead of just because I feel like I'm smacking your hand around, and that's my intention. But with your business page, are you using all the features of your business page to really help you get that message out there? Are you posting frequently? Are you posting engaging posts? Are you just pushing your products out there, your services? That's not engaging. Are you using all the features? Are you using Facebook Live? Do you have a Facebook group? Are you using the call to action button? Are you changing out your cover photo often to make it lively and exciting? Are you making sure all the blanks are filled in on about you and your phone number, all those things? Are you you're telling your friends that there's a Facebook page and encouraging them to not only like your page, but to engage with your page. Explain to them, because most people, if you're not an entrepreneur, you don't know this, or I think very few people know this. Most people go like the page and they think, okay, that's me telling Facebook that I like this business. But what you really have to do is like the page and then interact with the post. That's how you tell Facebook, I really want to hear from Coca-Cola, or I really want to hear from Jill Celeste. So educate your friends who are supportive of your business and say, hey, listen, here's my Facebook page. If you want to get business updates from me, please go like the page and engage with my post. That tells Facebook that you want to hear from my page. Just explain it. I think most people will be really open and receptive to that. You can invite friends. There's an invite friend feature right on your Facebook page. And there's even a custom message at the top that you can, right now, there was a default message, but you can customize that so that you can encourage them to invite. Make sure you're looking at your insights, so that you're posting at the right time of day, that you have the right audience in there, what type of posts are getting the most reach. Use Facebook ads. I know a lot of us don't want to because we don't pay money, but if you can, there may be a time you have to boost the post. That's That's how it works on Facebook. So you can do that as well. So let's talk about the Facebook algorithm, because I know, so here's what I think has happened. Especially if you've been using Facebook for any length of time. You know, if you, like I was on Facebook when it practically when it opened, and as soon as they launched business pages, I have one of the first business pages because I was a business owner back then. And when we had our business pages back then, whatever we posted on our business page would go out to the news feed. It would just go, because Facebook's advertising engine was not so robust, right? And so, you know, so if you've been doing this for a while, even 2-3 years, and you compare your reach now to what it was back then, it's hugely different, right? Facebook has really clamped down on getting posts out there organically into news feeds. And I know it's frustrating as a business owner, because you're like, I just want people to know. So here's the thing that might trigger you, and I want to just hear me out. I think there's a sense of entitlement around our Facebook usage. Maybe you feel entitled because you used to have this greater reach and Facebook has changed it. Maybe you feel entitled because Facebook is so saturated in our lives now. Maybe you feel entitled because Facebook's a big company, they make a lot of money. There's some scandal around Facebook with the campaign, whatever. You bring in some baggage into this. I say this with all the love. You're not entitled to anything as it relates to Facebook. In fact, your Facebook fans, your Facebook friends, your Facebook group members, if Facebook closed down tomorrow, you would lose access to all of it. Do not rest all your laurels on Facebook from a business perspective. I think there's a little bit of a obsession, I don't know if that's the right word. There's definitely, I'm gonna use the word obsession, it's not the right word, but bear with me, that if we can master Facebook, our businesses will take off, we'll be infinitely rich and abundant, we'll have all the clients we need. And that's not correct. Facebook is just a vehicle. Your marketing message has to be on point, your ideal client has to be on point, your products and services have to be on point, your price has to be on point. Facebook, nothing to do with that. That's all you, right? So I get that the algorithm is a pain in the ass, but it is what it is. And if you're trying to circumvent it by posting things on your personal account, please know that there's a risk involved in that. You could get closed down, but you also could be alienating your clients who have not opted in to get your messages, okay? All right. I don't want you to post your business stuff on your personal pages. Now, you're going to do it anyway. So let me just say this. Keep it in an occasional post. Don't do it all the time. And when you do, think about how you as a friend would want to receive this information. So for example, let's say you're having a house party and you invite an entrepreneur over. Would you expect that person to come with a full vendor table full of, like, bringing all their products and services and a t-shirt with their brand on it and business card? Would you expect them to come to your house like that? No. And so if you treat your newsfeed like a house party, think about that analogy. How would you want to show up in that person's newsfeed? So being occasional, I think, is the way to go. Watch your frequency. Some people will, and I've done this in the past too, you know, you post something on your business page and then you want to share it to your personal timeline. I really don't think that's a problem. I think it's all in the how you word it though. And so I would just, when you do the share, just don't do a quick share. Put some verbiage around it. Explain why you're sharing it. Make it conversational, anecdotal. For example, today, someone I went to high school with shared his business page post because yesterday was some municipal elections, and one of his jobs is he's a campaign manager, and 2 or 3 of his candidates won their elections yesterday. These are his candidates that he supported, and so he shared that. Well, he wasn't promoting anything. He was like, hey, look at me, congratulations to me and to these awesome people who I helped. That was awesome. I mean, it was a great post. He wasn't saying, you need to hire me. He didn't say anything like that. He was sharing good news. And so it was anecdotal, it was conversational, it was cool. I also would say, what is your intention? And this, I think, is the biggest litmus test. So when you're poised and ready to post something on your personal profile and it's related to your business, ask yourself, what is my intention here? If your intention is to get a client or to make money from that post, please pause. Please pause. It's up to you whether you go ahead and post it. I'm not going to tell you not to or to do whatever, but I just ask you to pause and you think about your intention. Because if you're intending to get a client from that post, well, first of all, you're violating Facebook terms and services. Besides that, though, what are you really going to get out of that? As many of you know, I'm a law of attraction person, and you don't have to be a law of attraction person to believe this, but I just use this as a wrap. I often feel like we're using our personal timelines from a place of scarcity. I'm not getting enough views over here on my Facebook page, so I'm going to share it over here on my personal timeline. That's from a place of scarcity. And when you're marketing from a place of scarcity, it's never effective. You're not going to attract the right clients. You're not going to attract any clients. You're not going to reach your goals because scarcity is not a good thing. I want you to market from a place of abundance. So if your intention is to share something because you're knee-jerking to scarcity, maybe adjust the mindset before you post, or don't post it at all. I think that would serve you much more than just blindly posting it. So think about your intention, think about the frequency, and think about what you're going to say if you choose to decide to post something on your personal timelines. I'm going to say that again. Think about the frequency, think about the intention, and think about what you're going to say. Do those three things. Pause, be deliberate there. And I think it'll help you if you decide to go down this route. Now, I'm almost done. I'm going to get this done maybe in 30 minutes. This is awesome. So when I posted this yesterday, I got some objections. And objections is not a bad word. These are people who contributed to the conversation. Many of them were very respectful. And I want to share with them what the objections are, because maybe you're feeling it too. So the first objection is the Facebook algorithm, right? And I get that. I really do. I'm in this ship, same boat. Ship. It probably is a ship because there's a lot of us. I'm in the same boat. I run a successful business without posting things on my personal timeline. It's true. Why? Because I'm good at building relationships with people. I'm good at connecting with people. I'm good at getting my messaging out there. I'm really good at knowing who my ideal client is and providing products and services to serve my ideal clients. It has nothing to do with my personal timeline. It has nothing to do with a Facebook algorithm. If you're worried about a Facebook algorithm, I think it's time for you to take a step back and look at your marketing foundations and your marketing plan. And if you don't have one, then maybe it's time to write one. I think that would solve a lot of that. Another objection I heard, a couple times actually, was, well, it's my page or it's my profile. I can post whatever I want on there. And actually, that's not true. And I say this lovingly. I don't say this to be a snot. I promise you. I say this lovingly. It is Facebook's page, and it is Facebook's timeline. If you were to post a picture that shows a child being abused or a Nazi symbol or anti-Semitic comment, you violated Facebook's terms of services for hateful language, offensive, whatever. And your post would probably disappear and you probably lose access to your timeline, right? And I think most of us agree that's what should happen. Well, Facebook's terms of service say you can't use your profile to represent your business. And so they could technically go in there and do the same thing. It's a violation of their service. It's not your page. Again, if Facebook closed down tomorrow, you would lose all those contacts. Instead, remember it's not your page and get those people onto what is yours, which is your email list. That is your asset. That is your asset, your email list, your contact list. That's your asset. That's where you want people to be, not on your Facebook page, okay? Another objection I heard was, if my friends are really my friend, they wouldn't be annoyed by my business post. They would be supportive of my business. Little snotty Jill wants to say, well, if you were my friend, you wouldn't rub your business in my face. There's some legitimacy though to that comment. I think we are supportive of fellow entrepreneurs, but there's a boundary there, right? And some people cross over it. That's just the way it is. Another objection I heard is you could just click the unfollow button. Now, just again, snotty Jill, I'm just being honest. If you're breaking Facebook terms of services and you're promoting your business on your personal page, why should I be the one that has to adjust my news feed? You're the one breaking the rule. I know that's snotty. Yes, there is the unfollow button. But why I hate to use the unfollow button is that I miss the good stuff. You know, when you post pictures of food and your cat, I want to see that stuff. So if I unfollow you, I don't see it. That makes me sad. So yes, we have control over what we can see in our newsfeed, but we also have to be responsible neighbors and make sure we're putting stuff in the newsfeed that our friends want to see. This one, I'm chuckling about a lot of these, and I don't. They're legitimate. They are legitimate. So I can't see your comments for some reason. I'm sorry. I'll try to get into this chat box in a moment. These are legitimate. This is a legitimate objection. My business is my life and my passion. Oh, and I get that. Light workers, right? Purpose-driven entrepreneurs, right? This is a hard one, and I battle with it too. I think there's a difference between sharing your passion, though, and sharing your business. So that one of the people who wrote this was my brother-in-law, Charlie. And so Charlie is passionate about teaching rowing, you know, like rowing crew, especially to older people who may not be able to run or walk because of joint issues and things like that. He's passionate about it. He loves it. So when he shares a picture of him on the boat with sunrise and saying, I love my job, to me, that's not a promotional post. That's a sharing your passion. Promotional post is, if you want this view, then hire me for your rowing coach. That's promotional, right? So I think you just, again, look at the intention. What is your intention for sharing this, right? If your intention is to share your passion and there's no call to action, well, go share it. I think that's fine. Another objection I heard, this one really hurt me. Not that and it's not this person's fault. It landed and I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't mean to do this. You're telling me that I can't shine my light. No, it's not my intention. I am so sorry. And I did apologize to this person. I never, ever want anybody to feel like I want you not to shine your light. Because I'm always saying, go shine your light. Go shine your light. We need our light workers. We need our change makers. Our world is a crappy mess right now. We need you to rise up. So I apologize if that was how you interpreted this post or even this Facebook Live. I don't want you to squelch your light, but I want you to do marketing in a way that will give you your goals over the long term, in a way that'll make you feel good and feel in alignment with your lightworker soul, and will just attract all these yummy people to you. That's what I want for you. And the last objection, this one's kind of funny. For those of you who know me, this will be funny. Now, this is how I don't even know this person who wrote this. This is my wording. Jill is in cahoots with the devil. So the person who posted this is a Christian, and her point was that when you're trying to do righteous things and trying to do big things, sometimes the devil shows up and tries to squelch that. And I don't believe in the devil, but I do believe in your ego. And your ego can become quite mischievous, right? And so I understand her point. I don't think she thinks I'm Satan, and she doesn't even know me. But I think her point is, sometimes when we read things or see things, it triggers something in us, and our ego goes, "See, you shouldn't be visible." I think that's how I interpreted that point, and it's unfortunate. Sometimes we get triggered. I get triggered too. What I hope is that you can process it, get the emotion out of it, and see what the information is, and then make your best decision for yourself. That's all we can do. Coots with the devil. So that's the end of all my little notes here. I hope this was helpful. So I really just kind of recap for those of you who came in late. Facebook terms of services say that you can't use your personal profile to represent your business. I have known people in my space, meaning business and marketing coaching, who have lost access temporarily and permanently to their Facebook profiles, pages, and groups by violating this terms of service. So yes, it can happen. I talked about permission-based marketing, which is a form of authentic marketing, and I promised you a link to, I don't think I put it in, so let me do that now, a link to Seth Godin's blog post, which discusses this. I just dropped the link in there, and talks about permission-based, where we are asking for permission to market to people, asking for permission for their attention, and it's a mutual and respective relationship. And if you think about it, that's not what we're doing when we're promoting our personal timelines, because those are our friends. We have not asked for their permission to do marketing to them. And so that's, to me, it's out of alignment with how marketing should be. We talked about the Facebook algorithm, making sure you are maximizing all the features of your Facebook page, of your Facebook group. And remembering, we're not entitled to anything on Facebook. It is not our platform. It is not our page. It is not our group. It is Facebook's asset that we get to use for free. They get to call the shots. I also talked about, if you really are going to post something on your personal timeline, despite my best advice, watch the frequency of it. Pay attention to your intention behind it. What is your intention? And watch the wording. Make sure you're doing things in a conversational, anecdotal way. Think about how you want to be treated. If your news feed was a house party, how would you want people to show up? Talked a little bit about law of attraction, marketing from a place of scarcity versus marketing from a place of abundance. I think some of us are hitting that scarcity mindset a bit by trying to post on our personal timelines. That's out of alignment. And then I talked about some objections. You can watch those. We're just here at the end. So thank you for those of you who joined. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hi. I was on a roll and I just kept going. But thank you to Denise, Becky, Rhonda, Susan, Marietta, Lauren for joining me live today, popping in and out. This replay will be here if you catch the replay. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please know, before I go, I am rooting for you. I am so supportive of your businesses, no matter what you sell, what products and services you offer. I want you to be a success. And yes, I want you to play by the rules. And yes, I want you to have the most authentic marketing possible. And that is why I talked about this today. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm sending you so much love. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.